what is going on YouTube? This is Robert, and today I'm bringing you to this week's drop list, which to be honest is quite big. Now, there was a small delay in the list purely because of the fact that Supreme did a really weird announcement. They did it in a very peculiar way in that they announced and released a video, but they only show like half of the collection. It's not something they normally do, I'm not going to lie, but then they have now put out like the whole collection and it's all out. And yeah, I mean, it's with Ducati, which is probably outside my budget, but we're going to have to wait and see as to what the retails are. There are a couple of other pieces this week, obviously, but that's going to be the main focus because it is quite a large collection. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it and let me know if you're excited for it or what you're going to be going for. That's the main part, I suppose. But yeah, let's get straight into this. Okay, so let's just jump straight into this collection, go through everything, talk about everything. Sort of, I mean, you can come to your own assumptions and decisions as to a large majority of the pieces, but we're going to talk about the ones that are most probably going to be easier, I suppose, to go for. So let's straight away cross off the Street Fighter V4S. It's not happening. It's very cool, I'll admit, it's cool. It's just not happening. Yeah, look, for inquiries, visit or contact a Ducati dealership or Supreme shop. It's not going to be online. Is that the same for this as well? Made exclusive for Supreme. So maybe the helmet is going to be online. There was this thing basically that I saw Drops by Jay say where it was sort of like some things are specifically in store or you had to contact, whereas some others won't be. Anyway, regardless, let's just get on with the week. So the number one item for the time being, I mean, realistically it would be the bike or the helmet or the gloves, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be the soccer jerseys currently up here. I mean, with how jerseys have gone this season, it's probably to be expected. Tried to adjust the lighting several times and even edit it. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. So with how jerseys have gone this season, you can expect this is probably going to follow suit in how the sellout will be. Realistically, colourway is a little bit difficult to judge because, I don't know, personally I'd probably just say it'd be the black colourway that would take the cake, realistically. But, I mean, in the end it would possibly be blue that could slide in for that. White's okay, but yeah, it's not the same as many other jerseys that we've had. They're very much more so in your face and have a lot more detail, I suppose, going on. I mean, you've got the Supreme, you've got the V4 and everything, but it's not the same, I don't think. We can go on to the C1 leather gloves next. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expect on some of these things to actually have a fair retail because I'm pretty sure most gloves are under 100, so with that they should be hopefully under 100 still. Don't take my word for it, but that's just a hope. But for those who are going to use them or want them, I hope they can get them. In the past I've gone for like different gloves and things that I haven't really needed in the end, you know, and like helmets and such, and it's kind of like, what are you doing? Some things are cool, like this is extremely cool, the helmet this time around, but for the gloves I wouldn't really need them. So yeah, for those who do, you know, they are quite cool. And I admit that obviously the carbon or like carbon fibre, I wouldn't be carbon fibre, but the carbon that's at your knuckles looks extremely cool. I can't lie, with the like almost like just like clear protector that's in front of it. But anyway, hopefully they are under that like retail point. Now unfortunately I feel like this is going to be the opposite to the gloves and to like the soccer jersey and things, because those are relatively simple. I feel like with it being a Ducati plus Arai Corsair X helmet, Supreme too, look at all the copyrights we've got going, I feel like there's something going to be off about that retail, and personally I feel like it's going to be like what, 500-600, maybe even more. I feel like most of these helmets aren't on the sort of lower end of what we've had before for like Fox Racing and such, because you're going into a different sort of league in terms of what you need to be wearing. And yeah, I just feel like this is just going to be a lot more expensive. I like the graphic that's on the back. Hopefully that doesn't actually happen to someone, because that looks like they're worried that something's going wrong. But yeah, it looks extremely cool. But yeah, I feel like it's going to have a high retail. Obviously the bike's the bike. We then have a track jacket that is going to be dropping from this. Same sort of thing. I don't know why there are only 3 colorways when you've got 4 in the other. They cut it down to 3. Personally, it would have to be the black or the blue colorway for me. I know the white is quite standout by itself because of the red popping quite heavily from it. I just think it's blue or black, realistically. We then have a T that is going to be dropping. Quite simple and easy at the end of the day, but that's all things need to be. The only thing that I can actually really like pick out of this that is kind of annoying is just the fact that the like shell logo is like, why has it got the white box? Like, I understand the Supreme or the Pirelli, the Arai with the white, like I get that, I can understand that, but like for Brembo, you know, you didn't leave anything there. You know, you didn't leave anything around the edge of the Arai or anything, and like, why couldn't you just get rid of the box? I don't know, maybe that's just me, but is that not something that could have been done so easily? You could have just added like an outer shadow to it. Why is it a solid? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it's perfectly fine, easy at the end of the day though. Logos on the chest is fine. It's nothing really crazy or special. Hopefully the retail's only like 46 realistically. It shouldn't be any more than that. But yeah, colorways, I'd probably just say black colorway would be the best. It's just my personal choice. White colorway is a bit better with the shell logo. From here we have the hooded racing jacket. I think this is one of the better pieces, to be honest, from the week. I personally think it's very standout and it's very like just decent. I think it looks great quality as an overall. And yeah, for me, any of the colorways would be great in this. I think the black colorway stands out quite strongly, but it would probably be like the denim blue that actually takes the cake. I do like that the red has the white like block to it of color that just makes it pop a bit more. But it just comes down to your personal preference in terms of what's more iconic. Maybe it is the red with the white. In terms of what's wearable, black or the denim blue is probably the better tone in that case. But yeah, it just comes down to what people personally prefer at the end of the day. I think they should all realistically end up going, but yeah, we've then got a keychain. Hey, this is going to be my sort of thing for this. I used to have so many keychains, I honestly did. To be honest, ripstop keychains are actually quite nice from Supreme. Colorway, I'd probably say it'd be the like blue, navy blue sort of tone, black. The more vibrant's nice and the camo's okay, but those are the two for me. But yeah, I got rid of so many of my keychains. I've like just one that's a personal now, so yeah. We then have another tee that's going to be the bike tee from the collaboration. I think it's cool. Where does it stand in comparison to like the logo one? I don't know. I feel like if you'd put this on the back instead of the front type thing, you know, it might have been a bit better. Like with the other tee, I feel like having the larger graphic of this sort of thing on the back would work better on that, to then have the small logos as they do on the front. They've done a sort of reversal with this and made the front logos smaller, throw them on the back, and yeah, black colorway is that's just it for me. The text stands out a lot better on the white, but it's just as an overall, it just blends better and works a bit more on black for me. So yeah, we then have yeah, again, another piece that is probably cool in, and yeah, through the dealerships. So yeah, we've got a racing jacket. It looks really cool, it does, I can't lie, but yeah, it's just not happening. So for those who are getting it, remember that you need to call dealership. The same for the racing shoot, it's the exact same thing. You've got to call a dealership for it. It's very cool, they've got the logo on it and everything, but yeah, dealership. For the last, or one of the last pieces from the collaboration, we've got the track pant. Kind of goes down a bit downhill with how the Supreme is placed. Everything else seems to be placed quite decently. You've got that on the pant leg, but Supreme is just not in a good place. You could have mirrored it, but anyway, black colorway would probably be the one for me that I would say if you were going for this. That's just my personal standout. But yeah, so now we've just got a couple of lookbook pieces and then the last piece from the collaboration. So we've got a mesh lightweight balaclava. This was not my favourite purely because it's a balaclava that's mesh. Why on earth, if I am wearing this out, say it's snowing, why would I wear a mesh one? Like, genuinely. I mean, I can understand if maybe you're throwing it on and you're pulling a hoodie over, or you're putting a beanie over the top or something like that. But at the same time, no. We've got a cargo water short. I mean, it says what it is at the end of the day. I like the water sort of tone, where it's like almost how the light refracts, is it, under the water. I like that colourway, that's just quite cool. The others are perfectly fine, but yeah, that's just a bit more unique and a bit more fun. We've then got a 6-panel hat. Personally on this, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably say it'd be like the blue or the grey colourway that's the better one. I don't know what on earth they're doing with like the drop shadow-esque thing going on here. Like, they didn't really have that included on some of the other pieces. They kind of left it open, and then they sort of started to smack it on with like a massive outer like colour to it. I feel like it would have looked so much better without that and blended a bit more, especially the black colourway would have looked a lot more appealing without it. The blue colourway just looks okay because it sort of blends in, and so does the grey, but damn. We finish off with a warm-up hoodie for this week. Plain and simple, nice and easy. I do like the green, the pink and the grey colourway, so yeah, there's nothing really else to say for it. It's just a simple piece. So that's going to cover this week's drop list. As per norm, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, what you're going to be going for, what you like, what you dislike. So personally for me, I would probably say that, I don't know, it's very difficult to judge. I definitely believe that 2 colourways, at least in the soccer jersey, will go fast. It just depends which 2 are the more popular to people and which 2 aren't. I feel like the racing jacket is the same or in the same boat. Other than that, it's just a difficult decision of you picking what you prefer. The tee is okay. The second tee, I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, they're just it's just some things that they can do right and wrong, and some of the logos and placement just seem off. Maybe it's me being too picky, but it's the truth. If you want, like, to show how decently a prior collaboration went, you want to be like, these were the designs. I'm sorry, if you pulled up and you showed that it had the white box to it on a logo, and you know, you've already removed some of the things to other logos, and the logos are all different shapes and sizes, it wouldn't really matter to remove it because it's at the top. You know, I understand when it comes to patches. Then again, I really don't. Like, I didn't want to pick out on it, I'm not gonna lie, but I really still don't understand why the hell even for the patches. You could have just, maybe it doesn't matter. No, I'm not gonna go full fussy on it, but it's just the fact that there are just some things where it's just like, you could have changed it, but regardless, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Things are still going to sell out, they're still going to go. I'm just going to sort of look forward to see what the retails are. I would hope that they're within the sort of similar range to what Supreme release things are. I know that the helmet will be quite above. The gloves should hopefully be under 100, I would hope, for people getting them. The other pieces, no clue. The bike, no clue. It's all very cool, but yeah. Personally, out of all of it, I'd probably say like a black colourway in the logo tee would be the most interesting thing for me to have personally. Besides that, it'd be a soccer jersey. So yeah, that's going to cover this video anyway. So I do hope that you have a good rest of your day. Let me know if your items from last week arrived from whatever you ordered in the end, whether it was Supreme, sneakers, Palace, anything. And yeah, other than that, I do hope that you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.